To continue to bring Broadway's best safely to Virginia, the Riverside Center for the Performing Arts is following all recommendations and guidance issued by the CDC and the Virginia Department of Health to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Jessica recently found out about the latest on-stage production. Take a look.
We're joined today by a familiar face and two incredibly talented performers. We're delighted to welcome to Virginia this morning. Riverside Center for the Performing Arts is back, welcoming friends into the theater. Patrick Ahern, we are delighted to see you.
Well, Jessica Knoll, I'm just as delighted to see you too. It's great to be back, at least sharing with you guys. I miss coming down to the studio, so I hope we can do that in the near future.
I do too, and I think a little bit of getting back to this sense of normalcy, of being able to go in and enjoy a show. A lot of friends watching right now may not have yet visited Riverside Center for the Performing Arts. Can you tell us, paint the picture of where you are and how you are welcoming folks back in safely, Patrick?
Absolutely. We are in Fredericksburg, Virginia, so it's not that far of a drive from the Richmond area. Matter of fact, one of our actors for the show lives in Richmond, Virginia. So we are exit 133B off of 95, heading north from Richmond. And theater has been here 23 years. And of course, you know from the past that our productions are excellent. But we have been given this awesome opportunity and at the same time responsibility to be able to open our doors per the guidelines. We are following the guidelines from the governor's office, from the CDC, and from our local health department to do this safely. We get one shot, and we got to do it right. And I think we've done a good job thus far. So we have picked a little gem. Theaters that are faring well in the country, Jessica, are theaters that are doing smaller productions right now instead of the larger productions. So I put my thinking cap on and tried to think of something that would be delightful. And I think we found it, Souvenir, Fantasia on the life of Florence Foster Jenkins. So we're doing it as a one act. It's normally done as two, but we've shortened it down a little bit. It's got music, great popular standards from back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Of course, the wonderful character of Florence Foster Jenkins, who is just a delight. She loved to sing. The only problem was she couldn't sing. So, but she gets to do her fair share of singing. As I said, it's intermissionless, 90 minutes. People come in, we ask them to wear their masks. Everything is socially distanced properly in the theater. And yes, we are back. We are up and running. And the people that have been in our doors thus far have praised us for how we are doing it safely and have praised the production as well.
Your team approaches everything with such passion and professionalism, Patrick, so I know that it's going to be one for the ages. Souvenir, a Fantasia on the life of Florence Foster Jenkins. Andrea Kahane, you play the lead. Tell us what you are most excited about for this show.
Well, honestly, as I'm sure Carson can agree with me, and Patrick as well, being back up here, able to share with folks a creative outlet, of course, but also just having hope again. On a wider scale, it's just amazing. One little thing like Souvenir can just bring so much hope. Thinking about the future and a bit of normalcy, if you will. It's just been wonderful to be back, I have to say. I know that many of the audience goers have just commented on how wonderful to be back, and thank you for giving us this again. We've missed you all, so it's really been just wonderful to be back.
And Carson, I would imagine that feeling is mutual. As an actor, it must be delightful to get back to work. The show's already up and running. What's it like for you welcoming audiences back in?
Absolutely, Jessica. Yeah, for me, I spent most of the last couple of years as a music director, working with Patrick as well as at a number of other theaters around the state. And but I started my career in theater as a performer, so getting a chance to be back on stage in this role where I'm getting to play and sing, but also perform and act alongside Andrea has been a real treat. And just sharing it with people on social media and seeing the response that I've gotten. So many of our friends and our colleagues right now are really struggling. They're without work in this business right now. So just seeing people that are able to be doing the work that they love, I think it gives us hope, it gives them hope just to see that live theater is back and it's not going anywhere.
Jessica, I have to say, as the director of this production, I couldn't have two finer people play these roles. And I'm not just saying that. I mean, everybody that's been in thus far, we work very hard. As you said before, professionalism, detailed with this production, and I think the audiences that come in will be delighted with the two performances that these people deliver.
Well, we're delighted to know that you're back. Patrick Ahern, Andrea Kahane, and Carson Eubank. It's wonderful to spend some time with all of you. Congratulations on bringing the show to life. And we'll share all the information so folks can come up and see you in Fredericksburg at Riverside Center for the Performing Arts.
Jessica, if I could add one quick little thing. If people are unfamiliar with Florence Foster Jenkins, there's a wealth of information out there. But most recently in 2016, there was a movie about Florence Foster Jenkins that starred Meryl Streep. And she, of course, was nominated for the Academy Award for that role. So it's a good point of reference as well.
Sure to be a fantastic show. I know it if it's coming from you. Thank you so much, Patrick. Appreciate it.
Riverside Center for the Performing Arts in Fredericksburg presents Souvenir, a Fantasia on the life of Florence Foster Jenkins. It's live, on stage, now through November the 8th. The theater is located at 95 Riverside Parkway in Fredericksburg. For a complete schedule, including times and ticket information, visit WTVR.com/VTM later today for all the details. Jessica, I was trying to think when you were talking to them of Florence Foster Jenkins, and I realized I had seen the movies. She was this socialite who had a lot of money and absolutely no talent. And so she was able to put these shows on, and she had people around her saying, "Oh, it's wonderful," and it was atrocious. I mean, it's like, "Oh, I have the resources, I can put on a show," and she did. And it was hilarious and sad at the same time.
Well, all good Hollywood movies usually are, but you're right. When he was, I love Meryl Streep. Love you, Meryl Streep. Best ever. And typically, no matter what she's in, I'll try to catch. And I was thinking, I don't think I saw that movie, but I think I was having a moment because now that you've described it, I remember her character being in that space, and it was very opulent, and she would sing, and she just couldn't carry a tune in a bucket, and but yet she really felt like she could. And so that was a really good movie. All of that aside, Riverside Center for the Performing Arts is so excited to be back. I mean, when I talked with Patrick, it really felt like he wanted to levitate that chair and just bring all that enthusiasm right to the camera because he's so excited about this show.
Well, I mean, these are performers, the actors and musicians and stuff, and that is their passion, that's their life. And to be able to get back, and if it's 1/10 the audience they normally have, it's still people watching the show, and you're getting to do a show. And I would think that is just so exciting. A funny thing happened that kind of ties into this. On Facebook, how they get 1 year ago today, 3 years ago. I had a shot come up from 1 year ago today of me emceeing a show at the Powhatan Festival of the Grape in front of 20,000 people, which just blows your mind now to think about. And I went, gosh, I missed that. That's so much fun. And that's my little thing. But to have a whole production that you're doing as an actor and a performer, that's got to be fantastic to be back.
I couldn't agree more. And it's mind-boggling when those 1 year ago memories, those things come up and you think, wow, number one, I was doing that and today I'm not. And didn't know that was going to be the last time I did it for a while. So savor the flavor while you can. And hopefully you can go up and take in this show because that's going to be a good one.
It looks great. Stay tuned. We'll be right back, folks.